I don't think I've ever seen an athlete in my lifetime, any sport, any era, that has the power that this guy has. I really believe he's a once-in-a-generation type of athlete. We all know him as the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar. The man is an absolute monster. This is one beast of a man. There's never been anybody like Brock Lesnar, never mind about wrestling. In the world of MMA, he was a beast. Now he's doing his thing in WWE, and he's just destroying everybody. I mean, literally destroying everybody. He has a devastating array of German suplexes, big boots, and punches that completely demoralizes his opponents. And let me tell you something. The way he does it, he doesn't do 2 or 3. He does like 12 to 15 German suplexes in a row. How can anyone come back from that? You might be wondering who could possibly defeat Brock Lesnar. Well, no one has yet, but there are a few who have come close. So we will look at those matches today. In our No 5 spot, we have Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe at Great Balls of Fire in 2017. I absolutely loved this match. It was awesome. They beat the hell out of each other. Now some people may not know this, but Samoa Joe actually was a trained wrestler before he got into MMA and became a phenomenal MMA fighter. So he's a legit badass. He knows how to fight. He's a very good striker. But with Brock Lesnar, I mean, you do and really need to be a good striker because he takes you down and he just German suplexes you to oblivion. But Joe did keep it competitive for a while. It was pretty cool seeing these two big lugs just beating the crap out of each other. And many people were shocked when Brock Lesnar defeated Samoa Joe clean in the middle of the ring. But let me tell you something. After watching this match, there was no one who was shocked. Literally demolished Joe. And if you want to talk about selling, Joe sold that F5 better than anyone I've ever seen. He literally flopped like a fish on the mat. I thought he was going to die right there in the middle of the ring. That was an awesome match. And Samoa Joe definitely made a name for himself by going toe-to-toe with Brock Lesnar. But he couldn't do it again if they had a rematch tomorrow. At No. 4, we have Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes at WWE Extreme Rules 2023. This is a prime example of what I'm talking about when I say that Brock Lesnar destroys people. I mean, he absolutely dismantled Cody Rhodes. This poor guy didn't even last 2 minutes in the ring with Brock Lesnar. Cody came out with high hopes to finally put an end to Brock Lesnar's dominance, but we all know how that turned out. As soon as that bell rang, Cody came in with a flurry of punches and even sent Brock to the outside for a little bit. But you can only do that for so long, and then Brock just took over. He just started dismantling Cody. He hit the big boots, he hit the German suplexes, and he just worked him over. Poor Cody looked like a rag doll in the ring. This match was nothing like their Hell in a Cell match where Cody actually defeated Brock. In this match, Brock was just on another level. And if it wasn't for that interference from Dom Mysterio, I don't think Cody would have even made it out of that ring without getting seriously injured. But as we know, Dom interfered. Brock got mad. He chased Dom around the ring, and that gave Cody enough time to regroup and get the hell out of there. This match was an extreme example of what Brock Lesnar can do when he wants to. No. 3. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 38. When these two titans collided at WrestleMania, the whole world was watching. This was the passing of the torch. And make no mistake about it, Roman Reigns was the one who was receiving the torch. These two went toe-to-toe in a match that will go down in history. It was amazing. This was a hellacious battle between two monsters. They brawled all over the ring. They traded blows. They traded championship moments. And let me tell you something. Roman Reigns looked like a true champion. Did everything he could to defeat Brock Lesnar, but it wasn't enough. I have to hand it to Brock Lesnar. He looked like the younger athlete in this match. Both men are in their 40s, but Brock looks like he's in his 20s. The man is an absolute machine. He took everything Roman Reigns could throw at him and still came out strong. It honestly looked like Brock was going to take the title back. But then Paul Heyman got involved. Paul Heyman handed the referee a briefcase, distracting him long enough for Roman to pull out the win. Was it the right call? Let me know in the comments below. But one thing I can tell you is that Brock Lesnar definitely got the better of Roman Reigns in this match. And this is exactly why I think Brock Lesnar is the greatest WWE superstar of all time. At No. 2, we have Brock Lesnar versus John Cena at SummerSlam 2012. This match will forever go down in WWE history as one of the greatest matches of all time. Brock Lesnar, who hadn't wrestled for WWE in 7 years, returned to take on none other than John Cena for the WWE Championship. What an amazing match. This was a back-and-forth affair with both men trading blows. The crowd was on their feet the entire match, cheering and chanting for both superstars. John Cena looked strong. He looked determined. But no matter what he did, Brock Lesnar just kept coming back. Brock landed some vicious German suplexes, and it looked like he had the match in the bag. But then John Cena hit the STF. He locked it in. And if you know anything about WWE, you know that once the STF is locked in, it's usually lights out. But somehow, some way, Brock Lesnar kicked out. Yes, you heard that right. He kicked out. How can someone kick out of the STF? This man truly is a monster. After this, Brock just picked Cena up, hit the F5, and got the pin. This match proved to everyone that Brock Lesnar was back, and he was here to stay. He was done playing nice, and he was ready to run wild. And that's exactly what he did. And at No. 1, we have Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam 2016. This match was nothing short of a massacre. The Wyatt family, led by Bray Wyatt, took on the unlikely duo of John Cena, and you guessed it, Brock Lesnar. The Wyatts were brutal. They beat down both Cena and Lesnar. They whipped them with their signature barbed wire, and it looked like they had this match won. But then Brock Lesnar just took over. The moment Brock got the hot tag, he went on a rampage. He German suplexed every single member of the Wyatt family, including Bray Wyatt. He absolutely destroyed them. And then he turned his attention to Randy Orton. Now, if you know anything about Randy Orton, you know that he's no slouch. He's a 14-time world champion and one of the most decorated superstars in WWE history. But against Brock Lesnar, he looked like a small child. Brock dominated this match. He beat down Randy Orton and proved to the world that he is truly the Beast Incarnate. This match was a true display of power, and it's one that Randy Orton will never forget. If you want to see more videos like this, stay tuned. Until next time, thank you for watching.